It's, hold on 1 second. Okay. You take off?
Oh, no, it's on. We took off the other thing. There's the thing that's...
It is. What do we do? We wrote a letter, we got...
System's in.
System's in.
It's all been upgraded.
HVAC system.
Okay. Greenwich Township Committee, September 18, 2014. Members present, Bailey's.
Yes.
Miliani.
Yes.
Adams.
Yes.
Fleury.
Yes.
Torriello.
Yes.
Okay. Adequate notice of this meeting was given in accordance with the Open Public Meeting Act by mailing the schedule of the Township Committee to the Express Times and North Star local newspaper, posting a copy on the Township Bulletin Board, and filing a copy with the Township Clerk. Executive session.
Yes, can I have a motion to go into executive session to discuss personnel matter regarding DPW winter road coverage?
And contract.
Some sort of contract.
Yeah.
And contract negotiation, shared court services, and firehouse lease.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Bailey's.
Aye.
Miliani.
Yes.
Adams.
Yes.
Fleury.
Yes.
Torriello.
Yes. Was the door?
Yeah, it was closed earlier.
Okay.
Do we have microphones on?
Yeah, you just turn on it.
Yes. Okay. Greenwich Township Committee, September 18, 2014. Regular meeting. All rise for the flag salute.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please.
Bailey's.
Yes.
Miliani.
Yes.
Adams.
Yes.
Fleury.
Here.
Torriello.
Yes. Before we begin with our regular meeting, can I just have a motion authorizing the township clerk to proceed with respect to the DPW winter road coverages consistent with the terms discussed in executive session?
I'll make that motion.
Second?
Comment. Roll call.
Bailey's.
Yes.
Miliani.
Yes.
Adams.
Yes.
Fleury.
Yes.
Torriello.
Yes. Jim, with respect to the payment of bills, do you want to discuss the amendments, additions, deletions before we make a motion?
Yeah, well, all right, so I want to go through two different things. One is the additions and deletions. Why don't we go through that list first? Okay? And I think we had discussed the Southbourne Alliance. Okay? Removal of that. You know, I want to go through the removals, and Joe, you had the list over there as well.
Yeah.
What were the other removals that we had?
There was the removal of the bill for Southbourne for $1,361, and
An adjustment.
an adjustment for public
Casella.
defender Kalika, John Kalika, where there was an agreement reached for the payment of $450, and that would require a reduction of his bills by $830.
Okay. And we took Fiorello's bill and moved that into 2013, but correct me if I'm wrong, that still keeps the balance the same. So you got those two changes there.
Because the approval is the same, you're just going to place it in a different budget. Yeah.
Right, okay. So, any other additions?
Deletions.
Those are deletions.
Those are deletions.
Any other additions?
Yes.
Additions, yes. Additions are $975 for Swift Farms, $220 for Bourbon Street Liquors, $25.05 for Circus Time, $1,050 for Cruisin', and $1,200 for large flower heads. And there's more. Hold on 1 second. Yes. we have to
Okay,
get-
so this batch of additions,
In
okay,
addition to
is in
that,
addition to what I see in front of me, these six?
Correct. Well, I don't know. Let me see what those are.
Yeah, so these six are, and we got to discuss the cutoff dates. So we got legal, we got computing, we got
I didn't get to that yet.
engineering, Joe Pryor.
Correct.
engineering,
Correct.
valuations and Chapman. So,
Right.
if you want, we can approve these, okay? I have the total with that on it, plus your other walk-ons.
Correct.
That's right.
Correct.
So what do you have, Jim? What was handed to you?
The six,
1 million.
No, the add-ons that she just gave you to add on individually.
Okay, so we got Johnson, Merriman Thompson Engineering,
Okay, because that was one that I had spoke with Joe about. He already has that.
159.98, Joe already has it.
159.98.
Okay. Tadeo, 96.89.73. Was that part of your numbers?
Yes.
Okay, so we're reconciling this.
Okay.
Jewel, 3,000. Jewel Computing.
Jewel 1,000.
It's 1,000.
Yeah, just the first.
it's just the first line, it's like a blanket.
1,000.
Gotcha, that's the blanket.
That's right.
Clark Caton Hits,
I didn't have
85.
that one.
That's escrows.
That's escrows, it goes in.
Yep.
It's in the bill
It's in
list.
there already.
Yeah,
It's on the bill list.
85, 70, 55.
It's on the bill list.
Okay.
This is in a nut.
This is another in addition.
Oh, okay. We didn't talk about that. Go ahead.
Yeah.
It just
Yeah.
came in? Where are we?
This was the list, the six that I gave to Jim were the ones that came in after the Thursday firm date, that I wanted to let you know that they were here, if you want to add them.
Well, they're dated September, some of them are dated September 11th, that's why.
They're dated September 11th.
But Clark Caton and Hints is dated September 11th?
Yes.
It is dated?
Mhm.
Okay.
No, the date that they came in or the purchase order date?
The date that it came in.
It might have been the 11th, it might have been just after I came in.
Okay, then include it.
And how much is that?
85, 70, 55.
Okay.
Okay. Gannett Fleming valuation, 767.50. And Chapman
That's the sewer thing.
Sewer, 4141.03.
What was the Gannett bill?
767.50.
Okay.
We want Lorraine to take a look at this and give us a number back, because there was a reconciliation and your minuses. You
I
got
have
your
to now
minuses.
because I had it all.
You have
that
it, Joe,
I
and all you
had it
have
all,
to
but
add,
he's- I-
all you have to add that was not here is the Clark Caton and Hints. So your total would add in the 85, 70, 55.
I don't have my total anymore, he has it.
He has
It's a
that
piece of
paper? If you can
I don't
get
have
that
it.
paper, you
Yeah.
can add those three items.
Joe's
and they'll
net,
live in-
Joe's net was adding $14,608.71 to a new,
I have this all.
I can't cross, we can't cross.
Jim, I had it all worked out.
How about,
the value-
actually,
Yeah.
there was only three items that we have to add on.
Yeah. So what are those three items?
Clark Caton and Hints for 85, 70, 55, Gannett, or whatever, for 767.50, and Chapman for 4141.03. So Joe's total with those three added items should be the new bill total.
Can you add them up, Lorraine?
I didn't get the four that Joe had, I didn't get all.
I need my piece of paper back. He has it.
No, I don't,
No, not that.
It was a white piece of paper with
I have a
bill
white piece
list.
of paper with everything total on it.
is that the one
wasn't
you're
this
working
one?
with?
No,
Unless you gave it to me, I don't.
I know it.
it was part of the budget report.
I would check your list, your,
Tell me about that, one of these.
The budget report.
while he's looking for those final numbers, okay? I want to firm up the cutoff date, okay? So, walk me through the timing for the agenda, your timing for Monday, your timing for Thursday, and I want to make sure we have a firm cutoff date between everyone, so that A, all the appropriate bills get on the bill list, and B, we get proper time to review them ahead of the meetings.
Okay. The cutoff list is Friday, 12 noon.
Okay, if it's Friday, 12 noon, and our CFO's not here, our CFO's here until Thursday
Okay,
noon.
Here's it's Friday, 12 noon.
Put agenda.
I
items.
work on the agenda with Joe on Friday.
Mhm.
It's Friday afternoon. The sees the agenda, we go through it. Friday before I leave, I email out to all of you the agenda. You have the agenda. Monday, I do the whole entire packet. She gives me the bill list, all my reports, everything that I have, any attachments, anything that has to go. I bundle it all together, scan it,
But the bill list is included in the agenda.
Monday,
So when do you put out the agenda?
Monday afternoon, before I leave. With all the attachments, with the bill list, with her financial reports, department reports. She can't run a financial report, correct, until you run the bill list?
Well, yeah, and once all the bills are on the bill list, then
Yeah.
you work on it.
Yeah.
This is talking, Gannett, Chapman.
Okay, so your time has to be, before she leaves, you need to be done with all the bills.
Yeah, she gives me a bill list on
And we have the
Monday.
Mondays of the
Monday.
month.
That's what we
Monday,
did.
by the time you leave.
That's what we did this week, Monday, before she left, she gave me a bill list.
Okay. So if we do that next time, we're not going to have these, the walk-ons, basically, for the bill list. And the bill list will be properly in our agenda so that we can get in and review them.
Everything should be in by Friday. And then when she comes in on Monday, if there's any additional things, any professionals or whatever that have to be added, she can, we'll do the purchase orders. They'll be on the bill list.
Mhm.
She can print the bill list, and she's good to go.
That's good for you, timing-wise?
Yeah, the only problem this time was that there were a lot of emails with additional bills that came in after I left Thursday. And I didn't even look at
Some of them
them.
are
Like,
coming in
everybody-
today.
Yeah. Okay. No, I just want to make sure that we
Yeah.
stay in sync, with the process and everything, and give everyone adequate time to review this stuff, so that's good.
Were the Clark Caton and Hens bills from escrow? Was it more escrow?
Yeah, most of them were. There were the 5,500 of them was for
Okay. COA or escrow?
5,500 was called, the rest was
Escrow, okay, that's okay.
Maybe something else.
Not right now. I just, because for them to send in a bill that high and us to want to include it on a list, we do have the money sitting there from escrow, so that gets a little dicey when you don't include it.
Have a total on just in the second one.
What second one? Cruising?
975,
975, 220,
Bourbon Street, yeah.
2505, and 1200.
2025, 1050, and 1200.
76764.
7167.
I don't know, what's Gannett's number?
Gannett's is 767.50.
What is this right here?
That is Chapman.
So you have that, I mean, pretty much
414103.
bill list minus 1361, minus 830. Add 975, 220, 2025.
That 1361 bill, that was the South Warren bill.
Yeah.
That's on the bill list at $1,600.
It's on the bill list as 1,600, and the PO says 1361. Yep.
161275. Unless I'm looking at the wrong one.
The PO says 1361. Township of Lopakon.
Oh, that's the copy that I gave you from last year.
This is
2012, I don't know what year.
2013 it was paid. It was 1361, and you're telling me this year is higher?
This year they said an invoice for $1,612.75.
$1,612.75.
Do you have the total number in front of you?
Mhm.
Because
The only numbers I did were the numbers that you added on. You
Yeah,
added
Joe.
975.
what's your total number?
Right here.
Um,
I'm
Well, I'm missing the 220.
add your walk-ons to that one, to that lower
Because
number.
I have a total of 113, 27438.
Okay. So this is 16, instead of it being 13, this is 1612.75. So this purchase, I know.
I don't know why we did this change.
All right, let's, why don't we,
We're going to table this.
Let Lorraine go and
Because
do your...
I need to now, I'm uncomfortable with it, so I need to go through it.
Okay.
I had it completely worked out.
Mhm.
I should not have broken it down because I had all the numbers. But anyway, let's go. Can I have a motion? We're going to table payment of bills. Can I have a motion to receive the police and court reports?
Make a motion.
I'll second. Any comment? Roll call.
Bailey's?
Yes.
Miliani?
Yes.
Adams?
Yes.
Laurie?
Yes.
Freeland?
Yes. Can I have a motion to adopt Resolution 2014-51, a refund of tax overpayment, Block 11, Lot 1, in the amount of $2,012.46?
Make a motion.
Second.
Comment? Roll call.
Bailey's?
Yes.
Miliani?
Yes.
Adams?
Yes.
Laurie?
Yes.
Freeland?
Yes. Can I have a motion to adopt Resolution 2014-52 for redemption of tax lien on Block 23.31, Lot 10, in the amount of $1,142.18?
I'll make the motion.
Comment? Roll call.
Bailey's?
Yes.
Miliani?
Yes.
Adams?
Yes.
Laurie?
Yes.
Freeland?
Yes. Can I have a motion to authorize a resolution for a credit for a sewer,
No resolution, it's just a motion for a sewer credit.
a motion to, authorize a sewer credit for Block 23.31, Lot 6, in the amount of
I'll
$59.19.
make the motion.
I'll second.
Comment? Roll call?
Bailey's?
Yes.
Miliani?
Yes.
Adams?
Yes.
Laurie?
Yes.
Freeland?
Yes. Can I have a motion to open up the meeting for public comment on agenda items only?
Make the motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Anyone wishing to make public comment on agenda items, please come up and state your name.
Paul B., 417 North Main Street, Steelsville. I just want to comment on, because your court negotiations are going on behind the executive committee, I just want to state that I think although it sounds well and good, and although there may be a little bit low, I just think by negotiating to move our court to another municipality, whether it's Blackburn or another municipality, is in the long run going to cost the taxpayers revenue here that will not be able to be recovered. I think that's very short-term thinking, not long-term thinking.
Anyone else wishing to make public comment on agenda items? Seeing no hands, a motion to close public comment.
Make a motion.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
This is for you, my agenda item, in terms of Main Street and Greenwood Street. Yeah, I just don't know where we're at in terms of, next steps and what we would need to do to kind of button this up and put it to bed.
Pretty simple. This item, as I'm sure you all recall, is what we have been going back and forth with Warren County on relative to the updated and larger speed limit signage and the pavement markings. Because of North and South Main being county roads, had to go through the county. It ended up, they approved our plan and our layout, and for us to proceed to actually erect and install the signs and paint the road, we had to do two things. The first is adopt a resolution, which we talked about this for the last couple months, which I received a copy from Attorney Tadeo. I'm not sure if it's in the package, is it?
didn't see it.
Is there a resolution?
No, I didn't see it.
Okay, well, here's,
What did he send? A resolution?
it's a resolution to install and maintain pavement markings on County Route 637 in the village of Stewartsville. I think it might have only been like Joe and I on the receiving end of the email, and he asked me for my opinion. I said, fine. And I didn't realize Frank was having a baby, Frank's wife, excuse me. Frank's wife was doing, so I expected him to be here tonight, I'm sure he would have brought it with him, but that's the resolution that was sent. So, assuming, and that is in direct conformance with the sample resolution that was provided by the county for this. If we adopt that resolution, then we have to then file a street opening permit, which is something we do, that's a very simple application. Send that off, and then it's green light, and we can order the signs, get them installed, and get striping set up, and actually get the stuff.
Yeah, I'd like to, if the Township Committee will indulge me, we could take a look at it now, and if you're comfortable, I'd like to get that adopted.
How long has this been going on?
I know. 2 years.
Just as an aside, did the Shade Tree Commission get back to you yet?
Yes.
Good, okay, we'll wait then.
No,
We'll wait for that discussion.
well, it's actually, I don't think it's on anything, also, we have to file an application to have the tree cut.
Okay,
So,
so you're doing that.
we are, in fact, I think it's been submitted to us.
Great.
Yeah. That was actually the last month's meeting you gave me a go ahead. So,
I don't think I was here to listen to the whole thing.
No, I don't.
Sorry about that.
He's speaking about the sign.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we're talking about it.
The solar sign that needs to have the tree cut back
Yep.
to get signs. Mm-hmm.
Oh, did you copy both pages?
Mhm. Yes.
Oh, okay, I didn't realize. The second page was the sample that was sent. So, it's actually, the resolution is just the first page, which you can see, obviously, mirrors the sample that was provided to us by the...
If you want to adopt it tonight, it would be 2014-55.
Okay,
I'm okay with it as written.
I'm good.
This is, this is straightforward.
Yeah.
We need a motion?
Yeah, any, all right, at this
Angelo and
time,
Tom, you guys
you guys okay with it?
consumed it?
I'd like to make a motion to adopt Resolution 2014-55, a resolution to install and maintain pavement markings on County Road 637 in the village of Stewartsville.
Second?
Comment, roll call.
Haley's?
Yes.
Miliani?
Yes.
Adams?
Yes.
Laurie?
Yes.
Coriolis?
Yes.
If I could interrupt, Joe, just to kind of bring this to conclusion. Jim, I'll need a certified copy of
Yep.
that resolution. When I send the resolution to the county, again, as I said, the road opening permit will go along with that. And at that point, I guess I should I coordinate with John on ordering the signs? Yeah, and
It's been
I'm
a long
actually
time
very
coming.
hopeful, and more than hopeful, confident that it's going to be effective. I think there will be a noticeable decrease in...
Are we going to notice the residents who live down there that there'll be work being done? We have to do that?
I don't, well,
Okay.
when they paint the road, there's going to need to be, obviously, traffic
Control, exactly.
The signs are just obviously small, concrete, holes, or small holes in the sidewalk, basically.
Okay, that won't
No,
disrupt
that will not
traffic, but
disrupt
but the painting will.
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe we can do it at off hours when it's not people going to work or coming home.
Well, and here's one question, as a matter of fact. The DPW guys can certainly install the signs. They cannot paint the road.
Mhm.
So we're going to need
To
to bring
hire
in
somebody.
somebody. Okay, I assume by the committee's approval, we're authorizing that work to be done under the DPW, the coordination with the DPW.
With the signs, yeah.
With the sign, in conjunction with the signs.
So what are we doing? Are we going to go out to bid or get solicit quotes or?
We're going to have to, it's certainly going to be under the bid threshold.
Okay.
I mean, if it's not under the bid threshold, we got to rethink,
Yeah.
doing this,
Yeah.
because that would be the $18,000.
Correct.
that
Correct.
they say.
Correct.
It may be over the quote threshold, though.
How much do you think it is?
Well,
we
we're
need-
going to have to do, there's six 6 markings. 2 on North Main, 2 on South Main, and 2 on Washington.
Why don't we just authorize you to get 3 quotes? Would that be?
And then...
That
And get
covers it.
three, and then can we authorize him to get the 3 quotes, and then, cut it not to exceed if he has a price, and then he can authorize the work. Well, because that would wait till the next meeting in October.
Well, what's the bid threshold? 17.5, so we'll do well, I don't want to say
No.
that, because then all the bids
No.
will come in at 17 or
No, no, no.
16.99.
That's
Just
if
let
we
him
went
get
out
3
to bid.
quotes.
Just get 3 quotes.
Just get 3 quotes.
We can actually go through the co-op, as a matter of fact.
Excellent idea.
That's the simple.
That's a better idea.
Excellent
Lorraine
idea.
gets the
Better idea.
credit. No, Lorraine gets the credit. She actually whispered that in my ear.
Okay,
Uh,
good, good
So,
call.
yeah, no, that's the way to go. Then we can just give them the go-ahead.
So-
That's the price. We're not gonna beat that price.
Okay.
So then authorize Mike to contact the vendor
Yeah.
and solicit the work.
Perfect.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it. Comment. Roll call.
Bailey's?
Yes.
Miliani?
Yes.
Adams?
Yes.
Lori?
Yes.
Toilet?
Yes.
One point, on a similar subject. I was talking to the office manager over at Lind, and you had mentioned they may be doing something with the county. They may have some kind of a, schedule they're talking to them about. They've gotten the same word, no schedule, they're going to do it, no, they're not saying when. This is a safety thing. There's already been one accident there already. There must be someone who can tell us, is it going to be a year? Is it going to be 2 years?
You know what, Angelo? I'm sorry, excuse me for interrupting. I think there's a simple way to get this done, and that would be for maybe Mayor Torriello. Who is the freeholder liaison to Greenwich? Which one of the 3 freeholders?
Rick Gardner.
Rick Gardner. Call freeholder Gardner and explain to him what's been going on, the history, and ask him to encourage the engineering department to complete this review and get these signed.
Okay.
And then I think you'll see some quick action.
Yeah.
That's the way things work.
I was going to mention it to Jason. I wasn't sure that,
Yeah,
pushing it
well,
that way.
there's an option.
Pushing it that way would
Yeah,
be
we should go through the language.
counterproductive, but that would be the one, yeah.
It's Rick's Greenwich's liaison.
Yeah, he's definitely the liaison.
Good.
Yeah,
Okay,
and everything.
thank you, Mike. So, Tom, you?
So you saw the community day things on there too, right?
Rick?
Oh, good. Thank you.
Go ahead.
All right, the update on the police department POSHA issue. The air circulation issue has been rectified. The HVAC system was installed by Pisano, and notices received that the open issue is satisfied. Did you see it? Did you, Kim, anything formal from them yet?
Not yet.
Okay, but it's pending?
Yes.
You did get an
And they were-
extension though, right?
We
No, we
have
did the
extension
extension, and that was
right.
accepted, and then the work was completed
And they were
between the
notified of
extension and the
Excellent. Good.
deadline. Okay. Under Recreation Commission, first we have Tim Hoey's resignation, which we accepted with regret. Tim Hoey had accepted, I had approached him a few years ago to join Rec, and he had accepted and had done a yeoman's job on creating great programs and really doing things for the kids the right way, with the way we want Rec done, with the thought of kids just getting exercise and learning competitive sports and really being in it for the fun. I had the pleasure of coaching alongside him to a softball championship with our kids together, and he really was a model of coaching and Greenwich Township Rec. So once again, we accept his resignation with regret. With that, the Recreation Department has proposed two new additions to the Recreation Department. Tara Butler is proposed to fill the balance of Tim Hoey's term expiring December 2014, and Kevin Beam to a vacant alternate position with a 2-year expiry to expire in 2016. So I'd like to propose that to the mayor for
What was
appointment.
Butler's expiration date?
This December, 2014. So I'd like to make a motion
Yeah.
for you to appoint these two individuals.
Based upon, your recommendation and conferring with Recreation Department, I will gladly make those appointments.
We have Kevin Beam in the audience tonight.
Where?
Right there.
Hi, Kevin.
Thanks for
Welcome,
joining.
Kevin.
Thank you.
Welcome, and thanks for taking on the job. We appreciate you volunteering.
Motion to accept the resignation with regret.
Yes, and a motion to accept the resignation with regrets for Tim Hovey.
Make the motion.
Second?
Comment? Roll call?
Haley's?
Yes.
Miliani?
Yes.
Adams?
Yes.
Laurie?
Yes.
Freeland?
Yes.
Congrats, Tim. Thank you.
Did you want to do the
Thank you.
motion for appointment?
As always,
Now,
thank
do
you.
He did
Is it all
mayoral
together?
appointment.
Yeah.
He said
Mark, where are you getting the watermelon from?
mayoral. ShopRite.
That's all I'm asking.
ShopRite. I know, here we go.
What's Kevin's?
Mark Hellman is,
Huh?
or Mark Fornicari is,
Working on it hard?
no, he's very confident. He's
Okay.
ready to win.
I'm glad. That's going to be fun.
It's
He only gets
really-
6 of them.
Okay, Community Day update. We have a wonderful response from the nonprofits and the profits, and we look forward to a nice day. And Tom, you have all the volunteers in place?
We have the volunteers in
and-
place from the Stewartsville Middle School Honor Society, as well as multiple individuals that signed on through the website who volunteer their time.
Yes.
So they're all on a list.
The website signing
ready to
up was really...
Really worked
yeah,
well.
And,
Really worked well.
Yeah,
and
the website, the web page for Community Day is really, it's excellent. You guys did a
It
great
does.
job. You
There
really
are
did.
some that didn't fill it out, so Kim was going back and forth and making sure that they got filled out, and typically they were our professionals.
But so far, the people
There's a form.
so far the people
I'm
who
joking.
showed up for those meetings are happy with the positions that they got in the field.
Excellent, excellent. And I don't know if people know this or not, but I will have a Relay for Life table for sign-ups for Team Greenwich Township for Phillipsburg High School, May 30th, 2015's Relay for Life at their school. So I'll be looking forward to folks signing up to help support fighting cancer.
Very nice. Good, a bunch of nice events scheduled.
Yes, we do, yeah.
Are you going to do?
Everything is on the website on what we're
Website.
doing, so it's easy to update.
And you may want to advertise the band.
Yeah.
Huh?
Advertise for band, and, yeah.
Oh, the band
Car
is
show.
has won awards 2011, 12, 13, Lehigh Valley, one of the most renowned bands, and they are doing,
There's
it's a 60s, 70s, and 80s band, so it should be nice for us.
There's also, just for the members of the community, there's also a first time at Community Day, an antique car show, where if anybody has an antique car in the town, you can enter it. Just bring the car down. It's being sponsored through Cruisin' Productions, which is a company that runs major car shows for a lot of municipalities and philanthropies and things like that. So we're expecting anywhere between 50 and 75 cars out on the Raina Farm, representative of 50 years worth of cars. So
That's great. I saw that on the site. That looked, that,
That's
Yeah.
all that stuff looked really, really polished.
I was remiss, I didn't name the band, and it's called the Large Flower Heads.
Large flower heads.
So just a really special thank you to you, Tom, and Elaine for, working so hard on this, securing the private funding, for it, and really organizing it in the way that you guys did.
And
with
Kim's
the-
a backup. Kim is our,
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Can't go without Kim. Kim's
Kim
the
is our,
backbone.
Kim's the
backup.
feet in the street,
Yeah, the backbone.
literally.
This is her last year formally, she says. No.
Should I hold that for Mr. Leanne?
I think this was good
Of
training
running Community
program.
Day. Of running Community Day. You're done.
What is that?
We have to do it.
That's right, it was last year you
See,
put-
it didn't make this, and we didn't.
Are we adding it on this or no?
No.
Okay.
This is separate.
All right, so go ahead and make a
All
motion.
right, well, we're going to, I need a motion to authorize not to exceed $1,200 for Drake's rental. This is for the tents and things. It didn't make the list, and we know what last year's numbers were, we know what prior year's numbers were, and we have budget, and so we'll see how, when Kim gets all of the needs assessments done for tents and things, what the number will be. So not to exceed 1,200, And then, if it does exceed $1,200, it'll come onto a bill list, and we'll pay that from the Community Day Fund.
That'll be a check written outside of the meeting.
Yes.
Motion.
You need a motion?
Yep.
Yeah, so
I'll
go
second.
for it.
I'll second.
Elaine made it.
Comment, roll call.
Haley's?
Yes.
Miliani?
Yes.
Adams?
Yes.
Corey?
Yes.
Toriello?
Yes.
I have a resolution 2014-54 for awarding the professional services contract to Hatchmont McDonald for Task 1 of our I&I study, which is our sewer infiltration studies that we are going to be doing in connection and making sure that our sewers are operating at full capacity.
And is there a legal requirement under the
Exactly.
inter-services or sewer agreement?
Sewer agreements. So it's an inflow study. Mike, do you have anything to offer on that other than that? Because we talked about this.
No, and I don't know if anybody saw it because it came out at the end of the day today. There's actually a short letter from us. Brent had already done the resolution, so you had the information you needed. There's a short letter that augments the resolution, which basically goes through the 3 bids which were received. All the bids were complete and from reputable, experienced firms. So therefore, on a bid like this, it doesn't necessarily have to be low bid, it can be qualification-based selection. But if everybody is complete and everybody's qualified, it almost becomes a price-driven selection. The prices are quickly: Hatchmont McDonald at $21,850, Gannett Fleming at $49,860, and Van Cleef Engineering at $55,840. So there is a significant difference and savings in award to Hatchmont, which is how the resolution is set up to award it to Hatchmont McDonald. So that's the only kind of that.
Yes. No, I didn't have the amount in front of me on the agenda.
And we just had one little interesting piece of info. The fellow that designed the original sewers, the pump station and force main for Greenwood, which is now in the ground, he did that in his capacity with Killen Associates many months ago. He now is working for Hatchmont McDonald and will be the point person on
Couldn't
this
ask for a
project, which I
better.
think is probably a significant reason why they came in as low as they did. I mean, they got the guy that designed the thing in the first place, so...
So he feels it was designed well, so that's why. Oh,
It's really, we haven't had...
just something we need to...
And it's relatively new, we'll pass.
Yes, and we need to do it as part of a requirement. So I need a motion to, for Resolution 2014-54, awarding Hatchmont McDonald in the amount of $21,850 for the Task 1 assessed sewer collection system.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Comment, roll call.
Haley's?
Yes.
Miliani?
Yes.
Adams?
Yes.
Corey?
Yes.
Toriello?
Yes. Is that it, Dwayne?
Me?
I just want to go back to me and rec real quick. I know Mark was here and I missed the item. I just want to let everyone know that the Halloween parade is October 25th, beginning at 10 a.m.
We need a motion for that, huh?
Yeah. Do we have to, do we have to do a resolution? No, a motion for what?
To do the Halloween, but then we have to do a motion for the time, don't we?
Yeah.
For trick-or-treating?
No, that's trick-or-treating, but this is just for the parade.
This is just a parade on Saturday.
It's for the parade. I didn't know we were
It's a
going with
Saturday.
that.
Yeah,
I was already at Halloween.
If we're doing this, we might as well
set the
might as well set the time.
Minus one. Saturday, well, the parade, let me finish. The parade is the 25th at 10 a.m. till about noon, 12:30, whatever it runs to, with a parade starting down at the normal.
Pumpkin drop again?
Pumpkin drop.
So pretty sure it's at 10:30.
Everybody invited.
Any volunteer judges? Do we pick any of the judges or anything like that?
Joe offered.
Joe offered to judge and any other volunteers.
Do you have something we can put on the we have website? On the information on it?
Yeah, we got a flyer that we're going to get posted up there.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Good. So I wanted to put that, sorry.
Thank you, Mark.
Go.
Have a good night, Mark.
Ron
Thank you.
Forrest.
You can always set trick-or-treat.
All right, Jim?
Am I up here?
Yes.
I just have one item here, which is Resolution 14-53, way back in our packets. And this is a resolution to do a couple of things, and primarily we can discuss this. I know Frank isn't here, and he had some updates, or he was in the process of doing some updates on this. But as a refresher for the Township Committee and those in the audience, we have a New Jersey Clean Communities grant, and part of that grant requires a Clean Communities coordinator to be appointed to ensure that all of the financial distributions from that fund, to and from that fund, for litter cleanup days, for other recycling type activities, are done properly. So I asked Frank to draft a resolution for us to review. We can go over this and discuss it, and I could take any changes back to him. So this resolution would appoint the Environmental Commission to oversee any funds dispersed to the Township of Greenwich by the New Jersey Clean Communities Program, and establishing the position of Clean Communities Coordinator.
Jim, I sent Frank my comments about this. I think that we need to flesh out some of the details and table the resolution, and I don't know if anybody else has seen it, but there's some logistics that need to be worked out. So it's not about the Clean Communities Coordinator, it's about how will this all run. And putting something in place without knowing the operation needs to flesh out a little bit more, like you said with Tadeo and his comments. So I gave my comments already.
And I too have shared some of my comments with Frank in terms of, and like you, Elaine, I'm not against this in concept. It's more about, the interplay between this position, the Environmental Commission, and the Land Use Board, the Environmental Commission, and the governing body. And I would just like to flush out and clarify who's actually responsible, who's reporting to whom, because, at first blush, when you read the title, it seems that I don't get the sense that the Township Committee is providing oversight on this, that it seems that it might be, this position to be independent, and that's something that causes me some concern, and I'd like to just make sure that...
This is the additional position?
And that brings me to the next question in terms of, what would the responsibilities be of a Clean Communities Coordinator vis-a-vis a recycling coordinator that we have now, and is there overlap? Is it completely, separate? I just want to get some clarification on that.
And where the monies are coming from. We need to establish whether the communities program grant dollars, which are still tax dollars from just a different source,
That's right.
where that salary comes from, albeit it's negligible, but we still need to know, these are the comments I shared with Frank. So I think we should table the resolution.
But it's a start. It's a good starting point.
I'm not looking to adopt the resolution. I'm looking for comments on this.
No, I think it's a good start.
We do have the tie-out to the Township Committee as the overall driving authority across the boards for any distribution of funds, and linkage into our bill pay process is where we're headed with it.
Is there a deadline as to when this person needs to be appointed by the...
I will say the grant requires coordinator.
Yeah,
We
we're...
did say
so
that. But I
in order for us
believe how
to-
it's listed, I believe if I call down the state, the coordinator is going to be listed as Kevin DeVay.
For Clean Communities.
Yes.
All right.
Because
he's just
He was the
listed as the...
recycling coordinator, and he is also...
So they just
he was
appointed him
always-
by...
By default?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so we need to
If it needs more, if it needs front burner look at,
Can
it
you-
needs
can you get-
energy
can
on
you
it, then
get-
maybe you need to...
Can you get the outline, or maybe Jim already has it, the entire outline of the Clean Communities responsibilities and...
I have
Oh, you do have it?
I have the Clean Communities Act, which outlines, I can get it printed out, but I have it electronically, but it outlines the oversight of that Clean Communities Coordinator.
Okay.
Strictly from a budgetary process. You know, here's the funds that we're giving to Greenwich Township from the state. Here's where the distribution's going. Is it in alignment? You can't spend more than 25% on equipment. You can't spend more than 5% on administration.
So they would be making
Those type of things.
recommendations to the governing body on how to spend the money, because they don't have the autonomy to just spend money. So,
That's what the resolution says, yes.
okay,
It ties right next to the Township Connect.
okay, good.
It ties right into the whole bill process,
I like
bill
it,
paying
it's just,
process.
yeah, I like it, it's,
Do you want me to call down to the state and find out where we are with the grant? No,
ask Jim offline, you know, he's the lead on this, I just gave my 2 cents.
okay.
I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention.
Any other comments for now?
I was listening to the sidebar.
Okay, Jim, anything else?
No, that was it.
Thank you. Angela?
Okay, just a couple things on the economic development. One thing was, Mike, I think you were supposed to bring up something about that survey. You gonna bring that up, or we talked with Tom through the email about this survey from last year that we didn't fill out?
Okay, the word survey, I'm thinking of our survey,
Yeah.
which is different.
What happened?
You're speaking of this?
Yeah, last
Yeah.
year there was a survey that the county needed for the Highlands Commission, which designated, they wanted to know what our development looked like before Highlands and after Highlands, and we didn't fill it out. And
Well, gee.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
so, you know, Tom suggested that we bring it up at the meeting and see if we could, Betty brought it up at the Economic Commission, she was a little peeved that,
They didn't respond?
we didn't respond, and you're trying to put something together so that,
Well,
you know,
a response, we would, the Highlands, not only the Highlands Co-ed Task Force should see some of this, Mike, and make a recommendation in the governing body on how to respond to Betty Schulteis and the Economic Development
Yeah,
Committee.
and they're meeting in December, so.
Yeah,
December
well, the letter doesn't. Please respond by Monday, September 30th.
Oh,
Okay. If I-
What is she?
That was
I'm
last year.
clarifying.
What is she looking for?
Oh, yeah.
last year.
Highlands and how the Highlands affects very much down.
Last year?
Don't forget it, that's last year's.
Can't reply to that.
I would prefer people to give good answers.
Can't do it.
There's a little, if I could embellish a little bit, Angelo, on what you said. The request from the Warren County Chamber of Commerce was related directly to the pending legislation that is trying to get some momentum to relax some of the rules in the Highlands, particularly the preservation area rules, along major corridors. There's a key difference. And in particular, in the letter, they're talking about Route 31, Route 46, Route 57, 517, and 519. So we have two of those. We've got 57, and we've got 519.
Which is the northern part of 57, right?
Well, yeah, the entire
Northern section of 57.
is encompassed by the preservation area.
Yeah.
That's really what they're looking for, because those are the areas that this legislation will be targeting to provide some ability for development for, again, not residential typically, because those areas are normally zoned commercial or non-residential. So those are the areas that they're specifically looking for some input, response, et cetera, from the township. So we do have, our section of 519 is planning area both sides, so we're not really encumbered there. 57, though, on the other hand, is significantly.
And we accepted what the Highlands legislation offered on Route 57. We were looking to expand more protection. So
No.
maybe you can, just from what we wrote through the years, Mike, be able to respond to her. What do you think?
Well, I don't know if I'm comfortable
Okay.
offering this myself. I think I could, but I think, do we have an idea on when you're looking for a response, or just whenever?
Whatever.
I thought you said it was September 30th.
I've
But
got
that's all.
no-
That's from last year.
So
That
the
was
task
really
force-
just
Because quite honestly, we have a Highlands Task Force.
Highlands County
It's set
Task
up,
Force.
and they're meeting on December 2nd, I believe,
That's
is the
fine,
next
that's
meeting.
fine.
Okay,
And
then
I
do
think we
that.
should defer to the Highlands
Yeah.
Task Force.
Angela, can you forward all this, make sure that you get it?
It's me. It's me, I'm the liaison.
I believe so.
It's me, I'm the liaison, just send it to me.
I'll send it to you.
I
Okay.
kind of said that, I don't know why that date sticks in my mind, but it's early December.
I did see it December. Kim, you confirmed it, do you remember?
I'd have to look at my calendar.
Okay.
I don't want to misspeak.
That's basically it.
Okay, thank you, Angela.
I'm just, the rest of these five agreed to be in community, I haven't heard from
I don't know.
them. Okay. Okay.
Good check.
I'll pass it back. Whenever you can.
It's December 11th.
Oh, 11, that's why
December 11th.
I didn't have it on the Saturday. That's right, because it's the old board adjustment date. That's correct, yeah.
Okay. Michael, it's anything?
Yeah, there's at least two things, one of which is, I would qualify as fairly important. Okay, took care of the county road issue already, talked about this last month, and I'm gonna jump to item 34 in my report, which is the DOT trust fund applications. They are due October 14th. Last year, we made application for Washington Street, which we were not successful. Talked to John Howe. I would recommend, excuse me, that, and the application's already put together, it's obviously got to be updated and so forth, that you would authorize us to submit another application for the 2015 program for Washington Street to be submitted to the DOT. Now, well, first of all, are we in agreement there before I get into the, okay. Our meeting in October has got to be after the 14th, I'm sure, correct?
Yes.
Okay. The resolution can be adopted in next month's agenda, next month's meeting, that's fine, that can go in after. But the application will need to be submitted before, and it gets all submitted electronically. So if I need any signatures, such as the clerks and or the mayor's, I will need them in advance of the submission date, of course. So, if you're in agreement, if there's any questions, the motion to authorize our office to prepare the 2015 applications or application to the DOT Trust Fund for Washington Street and coordinate with the clerk and the mayor as necessary.
I got a comment.
Sure.
What dictates Washington Street?
What dictates Washington Street?
I mean, do we have a pecking order? This gets back to the, understanding of
Well,
what
yes.
roads need to be
The
township-wide
repaired.
plan.
Washington Street is dictated primarily because, I've said this for years now, we don't have a whole lot of good applications through this program because our roads are either, well, interstate highway, but that doesn't count, state highway or county. The municipal road network are the developments. They would never qualify. That is an absolutely a horrible application. I wouldn't even do it, even if you told me to. Well, I wouldn't if you told me to do it. But so our good municipal applications are roads like Baines Road, Willow Grove Road, Stewartsville Road. There's not a lot of Dumont Road. There's not a real abundance of more than, the minor collector type of roads. It's got to be at least a major collector to above to be
Okay.
worth your while to make the application.
That's the criteria.
That, yes.
And how many of those do we have a handful of those roads.
Well, no, but we've got money. If you,
Yeah.
over the last 10 years, Jim, I bet we've gotten Stewartsville Road paved, we've got Willowbrook Road paved, we've got Baines Road paved for this program. And now we got the money for Philmar, which is obviously the next thing.
Yeah.
So that's, and Washington Street, out of the fault balls. I mean, and it does need work, not just, there is work needed, and it would potentially be a pretty good application because the extensions of Washington Street have been done somewhat recently. So,
Okay.
What do you mean by collected? In other words, traffic? No,
yes,
Okay.
Yeah.
So in other words, if a road has enough traffic, then
yeah.
they would...
And there's
It's like
other,
Dumont, it's a
school bus
throughway, yeah,
stops.
mhm.
There's all kinds of other parameters.
So it wouldn't necessarily have to be a county road?
No, it can't be a county road.
Oh, it can't be a county?
It can't be a county. We only have jurisdiction to make this application for municipal roads.
Okay.
That's why we don't have a good network of collector-level municipal roads.
Okay.
Hence, our prospects, options aren't that great. To try and answer Jim's question.
How many major collector roads do we have?
Oh, major collectors? Well, no many. North, South 637, 519, 57 would be another level up. 57 would borderline on
Even if it's county, it would be,
Yes.
okay. All right,
Yeah.
those are the other big ones.
Yeah.
Good. Okay, thank you, Mike.
So can I call for a motion to authorize Engineer Finelli to submit the application and to include authorization for the clerk and/or the mayor to execute any necessary documents connected with that submission?
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Comment? Roll call.
Bailey's?
Yes.
Miliani?
Yes.
Adams?
Yes.
Laurie?
Yes.
Royale?
Yes.
Okay, last but not least, Dumont Road. Last month, we had the first bid opening before last month's meeting. Prices came in, as you recall, significantly greater than the amount budgeted. You authorize us to reduce the scope and rebid. We did that as quick as possible in an effort to have a bid opening before tonight's meeting, which we did, which was yesterday. And then, it's a pretty quick turnaround, actually, because of the advertising time and so forth. Okay. We had our second bid opening yesterday on a shortened project. The first project went from 519 to 638 Greenwich Street. The current project, if you want to call it that, went from 519 to the Home Depot Drive. Now, in addition, the DOT advised us that we needed to include upgrades to the sidewalk, bless you,
Thank you.
the sidewalk that runs adjacent to Dumont to improve the handicap access ramps at all the crossings of this sidewalk with the connector roads, which would include Gary, Jefferson, etc., Revere. So there was a reduction in scope, but there was also an addition of some additional work. Well, unfortunately, I'm sad to report that the new bids still came in significantly less, but the low bid was $222,000 even. Next highest bid was $224,664 and change. Third bid was $237,601.12. One of the peculiar aspects of this is that the high bid this time was the same company that was the low bid last time. Last time, when I put it the first time, he bid the asphalt at $82 a ton. This time, he bid the asphalt at $98 a ton. Which I don't get, but that's not my business, that's their business. So, Lorraine was here for the bid opening yesterday. There was $220,000 budgeted originally for the project, of which we have used a reasonable chunk in the area of $20,000 to generate the plan, do our field work, and go through this bid process done twice. So we're down right around $200,000 of available funds. Lorraine did say that there is other monies available. My recommendation, though, and okay, one other important point that you need to consider. By virtue of our agreement with the state on the grant, we are obligated to award a contract by the end of the year. So, still have 3 months, so we're fine. I mean, that's not, it's close, but it's not in. I think that we can do one of two things, or potentially both. We can just rebid the job again as is, and hope for some better bids with the bidders knowing that the project came in over budget. And we can concurrently look to do the project via the co-op. Now, the reason I didn't look to do that in the first place is because this job sets itself up for a traditional roadway resurfacing project because of the various components of the project. There's curb work, there's sidewalk work, there's blacktop repair, roadway repair, there's milling, there's repaving, there's striping. If you look through the co-op, that's a different contractor, so that requires a lot of coordination, and in essence, I end up becoming kind of the GC for the town on the project. But you clearly save money that way. I'm disappointed in these bids. I think it's a sign that these contractors are actually pretty busy and not as hungry as I thought they might be. So, we can, get any questions? I mean, that's kind of a summary of things.
Is this option one? You're giving us some options, because you know where our heads are at with this. This option is Finelli Consulting does the GC.
Well, in essence, that would technically be what it's called, but in essence, I would coordinate, just like I'm coordinating with the striping contractor on the striping of the roads.
Yeah.
But that's just one contractor, one specific thing. In this case, it's probably at least 6 or 7 different contractors, because that's the problem with the co-op. You know, you're trying to do a job like this that's got a lot of components. The curb work is one guy. The sidewalk contractor is another guy. The pavement repair contractor potentially is another guy. The striping guy is definitely another guy. The overlay guy is another guy. I say guy, he's firm. So it's all got to be scheduled, it's all got to be coordinated, but it removes the need to go out to bid, and clearly it would be under the bid threat, under our budget.
How certain are you of that fact?
Excuse me?
How certain are you of that fact that it would be under the budget?
I can tell you, we saved $15,000 just on the blacktop.
Okay. Who did the sidewalks when we did, how did we do them? Did we go out to bid when we did the sidewalks? And Willow Grove went out to bid too? Okay. Because I remember Willow Grove coming in over budget, way over budget, $30,000, $40,000 over budget back in the day.
And that was, right, now a lot of it was the sidewalk cost, most of the job.
It wasn't factored in. Okay.
on Willow Grove Road.
When we were doing Willow Grove, there was some sort of factor that's how the back then CFO explained it to me.
I don't even recall, to be honest with you.
Okay.
It was Fades.
Right?
It was Fades.
Well, Beatty's is another thing.
Yeah.
Beatty's is,
Beatty's.
Okay.
So, I mean, the quickest, simplest thing right tonight, if you want to do this, is we reject the bids because they're over budget, which they are. And we just go out to bid because you won't incur any additional engineering costs. They're very minimal because that work's been done to change the plans to reduce the scope already. You're going to pay for another notice and another bid opening. And then the contractors know they got to come in lower because the project already came in over budget. So you might, no promises, get somebody to come in around $200,000. And then we're a lot closer to where we need to be.
Let me ask you something.
Go ahead.
Why do we want to do that, and then speculate as to where it's going to come in, if you're saying that you can GC it, in essence, and pretty much guarantee that we're going to be in under budget?
Because, Joe,
Where you don't know by how much?
two reasons. One is, as I said, this job definitely sets itself up better to be handled by one prime contractor and then through the co-op. Because there's other DOT grants that I'm doing in some other towns that are just an overlay, and they're perfect for the co-op. You basically have two contractors, the paving contractor and the striker, and that's all.
This is more in depth.
So, what's going to happen is, our fees are going to be a lot higher going through the co-op, because we will have a lot more work to do.
Understood.
So, now whether that's an offsetting amount or not, I don't know. I would be guessing. So I'm thinking, we have time, there's really not that great of an expense to give it one more shot going out to bid, and if we're having the same conversation next month,
Then
it's a story.
Can-
Then we have no choice in that. Then it's clear as a bell what we gotta do.
Okay.
Any way we can get an extension?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
But
Yes, there is a way, but
I
right
just-
now, we
I
don't
just
even,
have to,
we
you
don't
know,
even need to do that.
in my head,
And also,
knowledge.
just so you know, because this is all fresh, because the bid opening was just yesterday morning,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to call our contact with the DOT, woman's name is Cheryl Edwards, that kind of runs these projects through the DOT Regional 1 office, and I'm going to go through everything that's happened with this job and explain to her what we're doing and whatnot. So it's just a plan to see as far as, so she knows that we clearly have been moving this forward, and it's not through, lack of effort.
And look, let's
Or
face
desire,
it,
or desire.
Or desire.
rejecting the last time and coming in now, we've dropped 40,000, so let's do it again and see how much
We
more.
dropped a lot more for you. We dropped
60?
270 to 50.
Oh, 50.
Okay, I thought it was even more than that, 50.
So, yeah, I guess if nobody else has any questions, I make a
Is everybody
motion.
clear? Because this is a little complicated.
No, it's not. No, wrong with it.
Crystal.
I'd like to make a
question I was going to ask.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Make a
No, you
mo-
asked the question I was going to ask.
So I guess, based upon that, I'd call for a motion to reject the bid and to authorize the engineer to rebid the project. Rebid the project in the exact scope that was bid this time.
Exactly.
I'll make that motion.
A second.
Comment? Roll call.
Bailey's?
Yes.
Emiliani?
Yes.
Adams?
Yes.
Sorry.
Yes.
Trailer?
Yes. Thank you, Michael. Anything else?
No, that is it for me. Thank you for your
Okay.
help.
Did you want, okay, yeah. You know what, I have the numbers now. Thank you, Lorraine. I'd like to make a motion to pay bills in the amount of $1,115,829.39.
Motion.
That's Lorraine, you got, I'll make that motion.
Second?
Okay, comment? Roll call.
Bailey's?
Yes.
Emiliani?
Yes.
Adams?
Yes.
Sorry.
Yes.
Trailer?
Yes. Okay, motion to open up the meeting for public comment.
Make the motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Anyone wishing to make public comment, please come up, state your name, and your address. Seeing no hands, motion to close public comment.
Make the motion.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. No, any old business or new business? Motion to adjourn the meeting.
Make the motion.
Second.
All those in favor? Aye. Meeting adjourned. Yes.
Bring this back.